Well, I know this is such a beautiful site that it's hard to, believe that we did this. Okay, this is a beautiful site. I think kids would love to come to this site and take a look. Now, what we're going to do is make a template out of this. Okay, so the first thing you can do, I mean, probably the easiest way is to highlight everything that you might want to change in subsequent pages and highlight that and go to File, Save as Template. Okay, and we're going to call it twerking. Yes, that's what we're going to do. And we're going to save it. Update links. Yes. And so now this T working is a DWT. In fact, if we go to assets now, we see that in the template tab, we see our twerking. Interestingly enough, we also can see all the images that are a part of our site, the colors used, links, and more. There's the colors that we've used already. Here's the graphics that we've used. So you can see everything that you have already. But we're going to go down to the template, and here is the template that we're going to use. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click, New From Template, and this will be my home page. So I can change this immediately to home, Goose Lake Center dash home, or a lot of times I like to use the pipe home. Okay, so that's my home. I'm going to save it, and I'm going to call it index, lowercase, index.html. Then I'm going to create my, what other pages do we have? The center. So new from template. And I'm going to save this. I'm going to do the center. Good job. Okay. And I'll call it center. And I'll just do one more because you get the idea. What's the next one that we need? Programs. Okay, so I'm going to click, right click, new from template. I'm going to change this to Goose Lake Center pipe programs. Okay, so there are my beautiful pages. Programs, HTML, save. Alright, so now I have index, center, programs. I'm going to save all. Now, I'm going to go back to the template and bring out my files. So here are all the files that made up my site. So I want my home page to link up to my index HTML. So I'm going to put my cursor by the number sign, find the number sign in my properties HTML, and point it at index. And then here's the center. I'm going to go to the number sign in the drop down. You're always looking for that guy. Alright, center. Boop. So you can see it created the center. And we have one more programs. So I'm going to find the programs. Right there. There's my Octothorpe. And I'm going to take it to programs. Alright, so if I did this right, and I save this, it's going to update all the child files. So I'm going to hit save. I'm going to hit OK, and look, it knew that index, center, and programs were all created from T working. So I'm going to update those guys. As soon as it says stop or done, I'm going to hit close. And now all of these need to be saved. Look, they all have asterisks. So I'm going to save all. I'm going to go to index.html and view in the browser. Ooh, what happened there? Okay, I'm going to view it. And now you can see that center works, programs, see programs, center, home. Now you might wonder why we don't hyperlink these buttons up here. The reason why is once you get on a phone with a touch screen, somebody would have to...
Any available DMA instructor, please dial extension 8901. Any available DMA instructor, please dial extension 8901.
Alright, so what would happen is that on a phone, if somebody clicked the center, well then they'd go to the center page. And so what you got to do is allow, because there's no mouse over on a phone, so you got to allow them to click on the center, boop, then this will show up, and look, then they can click on the center. If they had to click on the center, they wouldn't be able to get the history or location. That's why. No big deal, no big deal. Now, so we have all of these beautiful, beautiful pages from the template. Now here's something that's kind of important. When you go to the center, you might not want them to have this big old graphic. Once they get to the home and they see this beautiful graphic, well, now they want information. They do not want to see the geese all over again. So what you can do is you can create another template. Look, I'm going to go to my DWT. And I am going to remove, that's right, I'm going to remove this entire header div with all the graphics that we worked so hard on, all the way down to, here's the logo, right there. So now we have a header div. Uh-oh. Oh, I'm going to do this again. Here's the header. Here's the div for the mama, the div for the nest, the div for the logo, and the image for the background. So if I hit and delete that, here's my header with nothing. So I can delete this header altogether. Now I'm going to save this, File, Save As, cancel. I'm going to do File, Save As Template, and I'm going to hit OK. Instead of T working, I'm going to call this T internal or something like that. This tells me that these are internal pages. So I'm going to hit save. Boop. And now look, in my assets, I have T internal and working. Internal does not have the header. Okay, so I'm going to go to my center where I don't want that, and I'm going to go to design view. Let me just put these files back where they go. And in design view, look, it tells you what template is. Template T working. But I can go here and drag this T internal there. And look what happened. It changed the template to T internal on the center page. So if I save all and I go and look at my beautiful page now, I have this page that was created with the template. Here's my programs that was created with the twerking. Twerking. But look, the center was created with or replaced with the internal. And now you only have the nav and the information. Isn't that so much better? But you can go back to home and center and programs, and you can create different page layouts per page. And that is probably all we need to talk about in this series of videos.